Hello, everybody, and welcome into HCAM Sports Talk. On today's edition, we'll be joined by Andy Barron and Jared Keene to make our Week 1 NFL picks. But first, the Hopkinton Hillers are getting ready for the fall season, which has already started this week. And we caught up with a couple of the teams as they got ready for the 2022-2023 fall season. Here's a look at the Hopkinton Hillers girls volleyball team as well as the football team. Hopkinton Hillers girls varsity volleyball is fresh off an undefeated state championship season. The Hillers finished 25-0 last year and took down Westboro in the Division II state championship, and what would be the last season for head coach Margie Grabmeyer. This season, 2011 Hopkinton alum Emily Sweetapple takes the helm. Emily was an assistant coach with the Hiller girls for the last 11 seasons.
All right, Coach, congratulations on taking over for Coach Grabmeyer. The team certainly left in very good hands.
Thank you.
Can you talk about this year's squad and some of the things that you've been working on here in these early practices?
Yeah, so we've got 15 girls on our team this season. It's a very young team. We've got 5 sophomores and 5 juniors and then 5 seniors. So definitely doing some rebuilding this year. We graduated 8 seniors, obviously. So first practices, we're really focusing on communication, team building, getting comfortable being in this new role, myself and also all of the young players that are new to this team. So, lots of offense, defensive work, but mainly focusing on being a team and getting in that groove.
Yeah, and I'd say you got 3 very good captains this year. Can you talk about the captains?
Yes, yeah. So all 3 are returning varsity players. They're all seniors. I've had the pleasure of coaching all 3 of them when I was coaching sub-varsity, so it's pretty great to be coaching them again. Very strong leaders, very positive people that I know will lead this team through a great season.
All right, and pretty tough schedule this year. Is there any opponent that you're looking most forward to?
Lots of tough opponents. Definitely Barnstable. They're always a big one for us. Westwood always provides great competition, as does Medway. Looking ahead to other competitors in the TVL, Ashland, Medfield, but we've got a lot of great out-of-league competition as well. Algonquin, Lincoln Sudbury. So yeah, a lot of tough competition that'll just hopefully make us stronger.
Do you have Westboro?
We have a scrimmage against Westboro on Thursday, yeah. So that'll be a great way to kick off the season and see them again after the state championship back in November.
Well, perhaps we'll see you in the state championship again this year.
That would be amazing.
8 players graduated after last season's state championship win, but 6 players return, and 3 of those returning players were voted in by their fellow teammates as this year's captains.
I'm Emily Graber, and I'm an outside hitter.
Abby Hardenbrook, right side. I'm Annabelle Sensony, and I'm an outside hitter. It's really good. It's really fun. I feel like our team is starting to bond more, and our practices have been really fun.
I really love getting to have Emma as my coach for my last season, just because she was such a great coach on JV, and so it's so awesome to have a full circle ending to our senior year.
I love Emma so much. There she is walking by. She's honestly such a great coach, the sweetest ever, and our team is starting to come together, and it's really exciting for all of us.
So you'd like to improve on in your personal game?
Yeah, well, obviously last season is hard to compare to, but I don't know, just keep winning as a team, playing together the best we can.
What about you? Any goals for the season?
I don't know. Again, it's just everyone just wants to do better than they did last season. So definitely just, making sure that you stay you become a better player, but also a better teammate, and that is really important to us.
Last year, our team was like super close. Like we were like a family, and I would want that again this year. So we can like the Barnstable tournament. We're going that next weekend, so hopefully we can all like connect and like have fun.
Can any of you tell us about some of the younger players on the team that made the varsity squad last year? How do they look?
They're really good, actually. We have a lot of sophomores on the team. It's a pretty young team, but they're very good.
Yeah, it's so exciting to have so many first-year varsity players just because they're so excited and everyone works so hard at practices, and it's really exciting to kind of have like a fresh, like clean slate and so much young talent because I feel good to know that when I'm leaving that the team's in really good hands.
Yeah, we also have 2 new players this year that moved from different schools, and they both are very impressive players, so that's really exciting for all of us. As well as we do have one returner that is younger than the rest of us, and she's always been a great player.
Be on the lookout for Hopkinton Hillers girls varsity volleyball home games airing live all season long on HCAM. Last year, a young Hiller football team finished the season with 3 wins and 8 losses. This year, head coach Mark Sanborn enters his 2nd season at the helm, and they are looking to improve.
We're off to a good start. I mean, led by our senior class who really made the commitment in the offseason to getting bigger and faster and stronger, which is the thing that we realized last year. And they've set the tone every day with the energy, the way that they're playing, the way they're setting the tone for the younger kids. So it's off to a good start. We have nearly 100 kids playing football, grades 9 through 12. So competition's been there, and just making sure they're all doing things the right way on and off the field.
With more experience and most of their starters coming back, the team is optimistic about this season.
We nearly return our entire starting offense and defense from last year, and those guys they had some struggles last year. We played some really good football teams. It was a good learning experience for them, and I think they're ready to take that learning experience and pay it forward this year and kind of continue to play together as a team and use what they learned last year to have a successful season this season.
I imagine from a coach's standpoint that makes things a little bit easier on you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just coming in this season, having a majority of your older guys know what's going on both sides of the ball it's so important. It allows us to move quicker with our installation, our conditioning, everything we're doing in practice instead of slowing down and having to teach things and teach new schemes. These kids have came in and picked up right where they left off last year. So it's been a great start, and the kids have been awesome, been working hard.
The 2022-23 Hiller football team features 10 experienced seniors.
I'm Braden Hicks. I play cornerback and wide receiver. I'm Eric Tujan. I play wide receiver and quarterback.
I'm Justin Solk. I play center and DM.
I'm Joe Cross and I play running back.
Kevin Persona, linebacker.
Andrew Budden, corner. Yes, sir.
Cody Lavalley, outside linebacker, punt returner.
Brendan McGowan, offensive tackle and defensive tackle.
Avery Rapids, kicker punter.
Evan Van Beek, offensive guard and defensive end.
Devin Canty, defensive end.
Paul Litcher, safety and receiver.
Seamus Murphy, receiver.
I asked the seniors how things are going so far and if they have any personal or team goals this season.
So practice has been great. We've worked out a lot of the kinks already. We have a few more to go through, but we're looking pretty set up for the season. And a couple things we've improved upon from last year, and we're really focusing on this year is tackling and form tackling and pushing through the tackle. And it'll help us dramatically during the season. We've also been getting a good coordinated scout defense and scout offense since we have such a good depth chart now. This year, and we've been going full speed and working hard.
Team's looking great. We have a lot of scout help with the younger kids. They have a great offensive scout and defensive scout, helping us out a lot. Yeah, it's going great.
Everything's going good. Everyone's working hard, playing fast, playing physical. Everyone's improving every day. Still some things we need to work on, but that comes and goes.
Things are going great in practice. High-paced, fun, hitting. Getting the ground, staying up. I'll be working on hitting, getting the wrap up, getting guys to the ground, just getting high pace, getting faster and faster, trying to move the game, make it seamless.
I think we look good right now. We got a strong senior class, a lot of leadership. We got a lot of younger guys stepping up too. Practice is going good. We have a scrimmage Friday. Should go good.
Practice is going great so far. We've got a great bond between all the guys here, and I think we're poised for a deep run in the TVL.
Team's looking all right. We've definitely got some things to improve on. Starting to get that team chemistry back. Hopefully we continue to grow as a team.
Things are going well. I think we got a lot of seniors that can step up on the field. You know, we're a tight, close group. I really like that. We got the juniors too. We're all close. I really like that. We're looking well out there. Hopefully we have a good season.
Our team's looking great. Obviously, we have stuff to improve on going into the regular season opener against Whalen next Friday. But we're returning basically all of our starters. We've got some big kids, a lot of fast kids, and we're very close together. So I think this is going to be a good year for us.
Personal goals, probably, just creating the tighter bond with all the guys. Having it be our last senior year together, and everyone's going off to college. Probably one of the biggest achievements for me right now.
Just to have a great year with this great group of brothers. Have a successful season. Stay close, and just have a fun time.
For the team, I want us to go positive. Win some big games like Ashland, Holliston, maybe, and hopefully be a TVL All-Star myself.
Goals, fumbles, and picks.
League title.
Have a good year on and off the field and contribute to the team.
Make the playoffs and hopefully get some wins in the playoffs. Get some more wins overall, especially within the league.
Win the TVL.
Yeah, my personal goal is mainly just win the TVL and specifically beat Holliston.
Terrific. And are you good health-wise? I noticed you weren't in pads today.
Yeah, I missed today's practice due to a back injury, but I hope to be out there by the time we take the field next Friday night.
Be sure to catch Hiller football home games all season long on HCAM. Hello, everybody. We hope you enjoyed your look into the Hillers getting ready for the season. And right now, we are joined by Andy Barron from MyFM 101.3 and independent reporter Jared Keene. Guys, how are you?
Doing great, Tom. Doing great.
Doing good.
Right. It's
Doing
that
good.
time of season. Week 1 picks.
Finally.
It's back. NFL picks are back on HCAM Sports Talk. But before we get into that, a wild LSU Florida State game that we were talking about off air. What an ending that was. LSU was favored in that game. They ended up losing 24-23. Wild ending. The Florida State kick returner fumbles at about the 1 yard line. LSU recovers, marches 99 yards down the field, scores a touchdown, and misses the extra point. Florida State hangs on by 1. Crazy ending. It was good to see some crazy endings in, I guess it's technically week 2 of the college football season, but some great games this past weekend, guys.
Some really good games, but that's a brutal way to lose a game. That is,
I can't think of
one of the most brutal ways to lose a game that I've seen on television. For LSU to work that hard to get back in the game after really playing poorly most of the game, getting fortunate to get that fumble and then working so hard to drive down the field, and then finally scoring that touchdown and then only to lose on missing a P. That's, I don't think it gets. I don't know if it gets much worse than that. What a game! A lot of excitement. Obviously, you love to see it, but just a brutal way to lose a game.
It certainly was. I can't think of too many more ways that are more brutal than that. That was pretty crazy. And what a way to start off the season for LSU. Not only do you get upset, but you're just heartbroken in the end by a missed extra point. And obviously the funniest thing about it always is the fans' reactions.
Oh, of course.
It was crazy to see that. I still think the craziest ending I've ever seen. Besides, back I think in the 80s or 90s with the Cal Stanford game when the band came on the field, probably Michigan State. that was probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. When I think it was like they lost with like 5 seconds left on a botched punt, and Michigan State scored a touchdown. But yeah, this one's up there, no doubt about it. And you got to wonder if that's going to could ruin LSU's entire season. I mean, it's tough to recover from something like that.
You got Brian Kelly in his first year at LSU. I mean,
not a good start.
Not a great start there.
No, I know. You wonder, should he just stayed at Notre Dame? I mean, I don't know.
Right?
Like it just
pretty much there goes your playoff chances in week 1 if you're LSU.
Well, Notre Dame lost this weekend too. It wasn't the great game that everybody expected to see, but I mean, Ohio State also, I think, was probably expected to win that game a little bit, but Notre Dame didn't play probably their best game either. So
they had the lead for quite a while in that game too.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's tough these first 2 weeks. Teams are still trying to figure out who they are. It's a long season, and there were a couple games and then there was some awful games. Like it's just some of these teams, like Miami putting up 70 points. Like really, I mean, against Bethune Cookman. I mean, come on, like what are we doing here? Like but it comes down to the money. I always say it. Those schools get so much money to go play a team like Miami or a team like Utah State played Alabama. They had no shot to win, but the amount of money those teams get, it's insane. They probably got $1 million for going down there to play Alabama. I mean,
yeah.
What are you going to say? No? I mean, of course they're going to say yes. I mean, it's,
Well, you're always
you guys know I love UNC hoops, but that UNC Appalachian State football game was pretty wild too. I don't know if you saw that, but Appalachian State scored like 40 points in the fourth quarter and still lost to UNC 63-61. Yeah.
Talk about heartbreak.
Look it up. Crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't see that, but you know what? Some of the games are crazy too. Like those games in the WAC. I mean, some of those teams just complete offense, all day long watching some of those games. But I will say too, not a good loss with BC against Rutgers. You got
that was bad. That was bad.
Bad loss for.
That was very bad. I think it was the first time in 21 years they lost to Rutgers or something like that.
Yeah,
you got to win that game. You're at home. It's like week 1. It's a beautiful day out. You've got to take care of business there. That is not a good loss.
And they just let up on that final drive. That Rutgers scored on. That was bad.
Yeah, not good. Not a good start for Boston College.
No, not at all. I don't really have high hopes for them this year, to be honest with you.
No.
But a great weekend of college football, great Labor Day weekend, and I love that you pretty much have college football all Labor Day weekend. Obviously, the NFL starting up this week with the first game on Thursday night, which we'll get to shortly. But and we're going to get into the picks. But just to recap from last year, Jared was crowned the champion with 198. We'll call it points because we had all kinds of stuff in there.
Points, yeah. I guess that's fair.
Wins, points, whatever. I had 196. I was in a close second. Steve and Andy had 183. They were in the mix most of the year, and Mike had 180. So, but it's a new year, so we start fresh. We're all at 0, so it should be interesting to see what'll happen this season. So let's get into it. Thursday night football. Bills at the Rams to start things off. You'll have that ring ceremony. I think this is going to be a pretty good battle between these two teams. I got high hopes for the Bills this year. I'm thinking they're going to win the AFC East. But for this game, I'm going to go with the hometown Rams. I think they'll be flying high after that ring ceremony. But I think this is going to be a close one. I think it's a great game to start off this season. Jared, who you go with?
Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't get a lot better than this to start out a season. I mean, guys, I think we can probably say this is probably one of the best matchups to start a season we've had in a while.
Sure.
This is honestly really a tough one to pick. I'm actually going to go with the Bills here. I'm really high on Josh Allen again this year, as always, and I think the Bills are going to come out and make a statement in LA early. It's going to be close. I guess by making a statement, I mean a win, but it's not going to be a blowout by any means. And Yeah, I don't know. I like the Bills here.
I like it. All right. Buffalo for Jared. Andy, who you going with?
I'm going to take the Rams. I think this is a tough spot for the Bills. You know, the week one, there's going to be a lot of energy in the SoFi Stadium with the Rams, the Super Bowl champs. I mean, the Bills are a very, very good team. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a little interested to see how they're going to play after that just devastating loss to the Chiefs in the playoffs, a game they totally let slip away. There's no excuse. They should have won that game. How are they going to come out and play this year? Have they lost faith in Sean McDermott, the head coach? So I guess you can't tell after week one, but it's a tough spot too. You're flying all the way to the West Coast, but I agree with Jared. I think it's going to be a good game. This Rams team is very good. I think this is going to be like a 31-27 game. Could be a Super Bowl preview. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever, but I am going to take the Rams here.
All right, I like it. Yeah, I agree. This could very much be a Super Bowl preview. I think the Bills are probably hungry after last year and the way their season ended to come back strong. And
that's kind of my thought process there. But I guess we'll see. Again, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if the Rams win this game. But yeah, I don't know. Just something tells me Bills are going to come out and do what the Bills do. But yeah.
Well, we do have Mike's pick, so I have good news for you, Jared. You're not the only one that picked the Bills. Mike also picked the Buffalo Bills
Very
to
nice.
win this game. We haven't got Steve's yet. We'll get those prior to the games starting up. All right, moving on to the Sunday 1 p.m. games. We got some doozies here. New Orleans at Atlanta. 1 p.m. kickoff for New Orleans and Atlanta. I just think Atlanta's going to be a mess. They went young, very young this year. Jameis Winston is back and healthy for the Saints. So I'll take the Saints to take down Atlanta. Andy, who are you going with?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Atlanta has any chance to win this game. They're an absolute mess. Matt Ryan's gone. Where is this team even going? I don't think they have an identity. The Saints defense, I still think, is very good. They have a lot of good players on that team. Still not really high on Jameis Winston, but they should be able to win this game. I think they win this going away pretty easily. Saints.
All right. Jared, who are you going with?
I'm also going with the Saints. I do like Kyle Pitts this year. I think Kyle Pitts is going to have a really good season for Atlanta. But I think Alvin Kamara is going to be I think Alvin Kamara is going to be really good this season. I like him in fantasy as well for whatever fantasy purposes. But yeah, and I like Chris Olave, the rookie wide receiver from Ohio State. I think the Saints get it done.
All right. Well, we're Saints across the board. Mike is also going with the Saints as well. I'm guessing that's who Steve's going to go with, but you never know. Cleveland at Carolina. This is going to be a fun one. Let's not forget Baker Mayfield starting for the Carolina Panthers against his old team in week one. Kind of brutal that it's week one that he gets to start against them, but I think he's going to certainly make a statement here. And Cleveland, they're without Deshaun Watson because of the suspension. So it'll be Jacoby Brissett starting. I'm going to go Carolina all the way in this one. Jared, who are you going with?
Yeah, this is sort of a weird game. I'm actually going to pick Cleveland here, which is really strange, kind of, but I think it's going to be one of those weird games where like people are going to expect Cleveland to, kind of crap the bed, whatever, kind of, come out, whatever controversy, this and that, but I think they're going to come out and, get the run game going. Obviously, Carolina has a run game of their own, but I don't know, just weird feeling that Cleveland is going to win this game.
I like it. Upset special. Cleveland over Carolina. You heard it from Jared first. Mike has Carolina. Andy, who do you have?
I'm going with Carolina. I think Baker Mayfield's going to go off in this game. I think he's just he's going to have an extra edge going here. Don't forget last year, Carolina opened up with the Jets, and Sam Darnold played against the Jets and won. I just think the Browns are a mess right now. They don't know what's going on. Who's their starter? Is it Jacoby Brissett? Is he the starter from Cleveland right now?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for the Browns. I like Carolina. I think they might be okay this year. I don't know if they're a playoff team, but they could be a sneaky team. So there is a lot of talent on that team. I just think that it's at home. I like the Panthers in this game.
All right.
I'm either going to look like a real idiot for picking the Browns, or
hey, you know what? You might end up looking like a genius.
Bob always picks the Browns. Bob picks the Browns, and he always wins. So if you pick the Browns there, Jared, that'll be good.
Yeah, but only Bob could do that. All right, San Francisco at Chicago. This is a very interesting game. I had a very hard time picking this one, so I'm not going to go first, but I will reveal Mike's pick. He picked the San Francisco 49ers. Andy, who'd you pick?
Listen, I don't know what the San Francisco 49ers are doing. I don't think anybody does. I don't even think anybody in the locker room knows. But as far as I'm concerned, Jimmy Garoppolo should be your starter. Trey Lance is not ready to start yet. That's why they brought him back. I don't think the Bears are good. I think they're a bad football team, but it's on the road. Stop jerking around. You got to name a starter if they already haven't done so. But if Garoppolo starts, I like the Niners actually big in this game. I don't see the Bears being able to muster up enough points. And that 49ers defense is still pretty good as well.
All right, so you're going with San Francisco. All right, Jared, who are you going with?
I'm also going with San Francisco. I just don't really believe in Chicago until they prove me wrong. It's pretty simple, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy's reasons are, with Garoppolo, Lance, whatever, yeah, but I just don't know if I can pick Chicago until they show me, hey, we can put up points.
They have no offense. Who's going to score? Who's even their who's their quarterback again in Chicago?
Justin Fields.
He's just not ready yet. I mean, the team. No, the Niners need to win this game. They can't lose this game. I mean,
yeah, I don't think
if the Niners do lose this game, hot damn.
It wouldn't surprise me, though, because they're kind of a mess. It really wouldn't. And you're on the road in Chicago, which makes it tougher. I'm going San Francisco, though, although I think it's going to be closer than most people think. I almost went Chicago. I almost went upset special here.
Nice.
But I'm going to go San Francisco in this one. But I do think it'll be close. And supposedly Chicago stepped up on defense. So I guess we'll have to see. All right. Pittsburgh at the defending AFC champions, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going Cincinnati here. I don't know what Pittsburgh was thinking, having Mitch Trubisky as their starter. I think they're going to be probably the worst team in the AFC North because it's a very strong division this year. Mike also has Cincinnati. Did anyone go Pittsburgh here?
No.
I like Najee Harris. Najee Harris is a good player and can make a difference, but no.
All right, Cincinnati across the board.
Jamar Chase, big season again.
Yeah.
I think that's probably already given. The guy's just insane.
Bengals are head and shoulders up. They're head and shoulders above the Steelers. They are.
Yeah, Chase is approaching a level where he's just maybe the best in the league or right there with the best in the league. I'm having a mind blank. Rams receiver, really good.
Cooper Kupp.
All right, so best in the league. I got Kupp and Chase like neck and neck. Probably Kupp.
I think Justin Jefferson has to be included in that category soon too, which is crazy. I mean, the rise of him as well. Coming from LSU is the guy is just insane.
And of course, and then you got Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams. I mean, that's a good top five.
Absolutely. All right. Speaking of bottom five, Philadelphia at Detroit.
Great.
I
have to pick this game.
Unfortunately, we do.
Oh my God.
Mike picked Philadelphia, and Andy, since you asked if we have to pick this game, you could pick right now. Who are you picking?
Philadelphia. I mean, this is going to be probably the worst game of the week. I don't see this might be like a 10-6 game. I mean, the Lions are just the Lions. I mean, I feel so bad for their fans who have been so loyal to this team. Philadelphia is another boring team too, but I'll take the Eagles by default.
All right, Jared.
Yeah, I think the Eagles by default. I don't think Andy could have said it better. Yeah, I don't really want to take the Lions.
Well, I'm going
Um,
upset special.
Love it,
I'm
Tom. Love it.
taking the
That's awesome.
Lions. All right.
All right.
They got Goff starting. He's at a good training camp, supposedly, good preseason. They're at home. Philadelphia is historically bad in the opening week of the season. So I'm going to go
This is true.
Detroit. It's very risky. Detroit, when I pick them, it usually does not go well. Doesn't go well typically when anybody picks them, but I'm going to go with the Lions here. All right. Indianapolis at Houston. I think Houston is going to be terrible. They maybe slightly improved from last year, but I'm not really optimistic. Who's their quarterback in Houston?
Davis Mills.
Davis Mills.
He's not bad.
Yeah,
he's not
did,
bad.
He did get better last year for sure.
But this is a tough spot for the Texans. How are they going to stop Indianapolis's run game? Matt Ryan making his debut here. This is a total mismatch. Colts all the way.
Yeah, Colts in a landslide. Jonathan Taylor going for like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, there's nobody on this defense that can stop him. I mean,
yeah, we are Colts across the board. All of us have the Colts.
Really like Michael Pittman too. Wide receiver on the Colts. He's a stud.
He's good.
Yeah. This is a total mismatch. I mean, if this game is within 7 points, I know it's a division game, but I'd be very surprised.
And
Colts are just
go ahead.
Colts are just that much better. They should not lose this game.
And how bad would it look for Matt Ryan? The Colts get him, and then he loses to Houston. That would
not good. That would not be good.
No. All right, Colts across the board. New England at Miami. This is an interesting one. I don't think the Pats are ready. I think they're a total mess. I don't think training camp did much for them. I don't think preseason did much for them. I don't know if they know who the offensive coordinator is. I don't know if they know who the defensive coordinator is. So with that said, I'm going Miami. I think Miami's going to take down the Pats in week 1, and they're not only going to take them down, it's going to be rough. I think Miami is going to be win big here. So I'm taking the Dolphins. Mike also took the Dolphins. Andy, who you taking?
Pains me to say it, but I am going to take the Dolphins as well. However, I do think the Patriots are going to keep it close. Now, historically, we know how bad we've been in Miami, but I just don't think the Dolphins are that much better than us. I know they've improved, but for some reason, I think they're going to keep it close, but something weird's going to happen like it always does in Miami. It's going to be like 100 degrees down there. They're saying there might be severe weather as well. I mean, who knows? It's Miami, and I got to take the Dolphins.
All right, Jared, who you taking?
Honestly, I am really struggling to pick this game because I could actually see the Patriots winning this game. On the spot, I'm going to take the Patriots.
All right.
It sounds weird. It sounds funky. I don't like the whole no coordinator mishmash, whatever. And yeah, I mean, there's been some weird moments in training camp, this and that, but and I also don't like Tyquan Thornton being out. I thought he was going to come in and have an instant impact if he stayed healthy. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those weird games. I just think the Patriots are somehow going to like squeak by. It's not going to be a blowout, obviously. Again, if the Dolphins do win by a lot, yeah, so be it. But I'm going to take the Patriots here and try to get one up on you guys.
Is there any other place that's weirder to play than Miami? Really think about it. It's just a weird place to play. Those aqua uniforms. There's a nightclub. It's right on the beach. It's just a weird
party
place.
city.
It is. It's just.
I don't know. Jacksonville's a pretty weird place.
Jacksonville is a weird place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, well, what about Washington? Their stadium's in the middle of nowhere.
That's right.
Literally the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like I just it's always like pulling teeth when we play in Miami. It's always been that way. Even when Tom Brady was here, the Patriots struggled there. They had bad games. They forgot how to play football. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'd like the Patriots to win. I just don't feel confident.
It's funny. I actually have all the reasons why Miami probably should win this game, and I kind of actually really want to take Miami, but I'm going to take the Patriots for weird, random purposes here, and I don't know. Yeah,
this is a big game for the Dolphins because if they lose this game, that's not going to look good on them. If they lose to a Patriots team that they're probably better than, I think there is a lot of pressure on the Dolphins to win this game.
They're definitely better than. They're definitely a better team than us, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and they know who their offensive and defensive coordinators are, and they didn't have this preseason that just seemed like a disorganized mess. So I think there is some pressure on Miami to win this game. They're catching New England at a time where I don't think the Pats are even ready for the season. So I'll be pretty surprised if Miami loses this game, to be honest with you. All right. Our next Sunday game, the last 1 o'clock game, Baltimore at the New York Jets. Is anybody going with the Jets?
No
shot. No. Baltimore all the way.
Yeah. I think the Jets are going to probably finish in the bottom of the AFC East again. I got Jets 4th, Pats 3rd, Miami 2nd, Buffalo 1st. Sorry, New England. I'm going with my brain here, not my heart. All right, moving on to the 4 o'clock hour games. Jacksonville at Washington. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. I'm going to go Washington because Jacksonville's Jacksonville, and I think they maybe slightly improved some stuff this year, but I think they're still going to be a mess. Hopefully they'll be a little bit better than last year where they were a total mess. Maybe what's his face, their quarterback there, takes a step up.
Trevor Lawrence.
Thank you, Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, I'm going to go Washington here. Mike also went Washington. Jared, who you going with?
Yeah, I'm going with Washington again, sort of by default. I do think Jacksonville got slightly better this year, but I need to see it from Jacksonville first and to see that they can actually win a football game. And yeah, then maybe I'll pick them at some point down the road, but maybe not, depending on who they're playing. I don't know.
I think we both picked them a couple times last year, and it backfired every time. Was that the team you got frustrated with last year? You were picking a team a few times.
Who, Jacksonville? No, I don't think I picked Jacksonville probably more than once last year.
Or was it Atlanta? It might have been Atlanta.
It might have been Atlanta. I might have picked the Eagles a couple of times and won and then lost a couple of times. I don't know. I don't remember.
The Eagles always get me one way or the other. Andy, who you going with? Washington.
Washington. I just this is another game that I just don't think is going to be very exciting to watch, and hopefully they don't have any more problems with pipes bursting in the stadium like they did last year in Week 1 down in Washington. It's always something with that team. Really, it's
that stadium mess.
Oh, it was horrible. There's a pipe just burst in the middle of the stadium during their first game.
What about when the rafters collapsed?
Oh, horrible!
Awful.
That franchise it's a total mess. I mean,
the Commanders.
The Commanders. Yep. At least they have a name now.
We'll have to see how many people say how many times we say Redskins this year.
Oh, people will still say it, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely.
Well, Washington across the board. All right. Moving on to New York Giants at Tennessee. I don't know if the Giants have anything going whatsoever. Mike has Tennessee. I have Tennessee. Jared, who you going with?
Yeah, Tennessee.
I thought so. Andy?
Tennessee. I don't know how the Giants, how are they going to be able to stop Derrick Henry? Really? I mean, they're just going to completely run over them. Daniel Jones is not the answer there. This is a team that's going in the wrong direction. And this Tennessee team is still pretty good, guys. I still think they're going to be in the mix in the AFC.
Yep.
I agree. I think they'll be right there.
I do agree.
Kansas City at Arizona. I am having such a tough time picking this game. I mean, I
picked Arizona a lot last year.
That was it. That was the team.
I picked Arizona a lot last year.
Who you picking in this game, Jared?
Oh man, this is a really tough one to pick. This might be the toughest game of the weekend to pick. Man, well, I'm gonna pick Arizona again at the start of the season with I don't really, honestly, I think this could really go either way.
It certainly
But,
could.
I mean, give me Arizona.
I'm picking Kansas City. I think this is a must-win game for them almost because they have an extremely tough division and a very tough schedule. Although I could definitely see Arizona winning this game. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring, close game.
Yep.
I think Kansas City comes out in the end. Mahomes has some miracle drive towards the end in the last few seconds and pulls it out. So I'll go Kansas City. Mike also went Kansas City. Andy, who you going with?
I'm going with Kansas City, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a lot of points scored here. It's just, Patrick Mahomes doing his thing down the stretch, but he doesn't have Tyreek Hill anymore. And I'll be interested to see how that goes. But I still don't know about this Arizona team. I still feel like they're missing a few pieces, but should be a good game for sure.
Yeah.
Watch this be like a 10-7 game. This is going to be like a weird, like 10-7.
Oh, if you have fantasy players in that game, that would not be good for you.
No.
No, there's going to be, I don't know, 33-30, 30-27, maybe even more. It could even be like this could be one of those games you get like 43-40. It could just be a scoring fest.
It definitely could. It definitely could.
Here's another great game in the 4:00 hour. The Las Vegas Raiders at the LA Chargers. Another game I'm having all kinds of difficulty with. Mike went with the LA Chargers, the home team. Andy, who you going with?
Going with the Raiders. I think this Raiders team is really good. I'm still not 100% sold on the Chargers. I just think the Raiders are better. I think they are better coached. It should be a really good game though. Both very good teams, good offensive teams. The Raiders have so many tough players to stop on offense, and I think their defense is good as well. And I like them winning this game.
All right, I'm going Raiders also. I think LA Chargers, they had a big boost to their defense. I think their defense is going to be one of the best in the league. But the Raiders, they look ready. They were very impressive in that preseason game. And again, I know it's only a preseason game, but I just think they're ready. They're on a mission. I just could see Carr and Devontae Adams having a nice time over in LA. So give me the Raiders. But this is another game that I think is going to be extremely close. And I think it's going to be a very nutty game. I think there's going to be a ton of scoring in this one. So I'll take the Raiders with the over. Jared, who are you going with?
I really want to pick the Chargers here because I think the Raiders are going to have a tough time slowing down Austin Eckler, who obviously is one of the better pass-catching backs in the league. And I think you'll see some more development from Justin Herbert. But I am going to go with the Raiders. And it's for that Devontae Adams reason. I think Devontae Adams is going to come out and if the Chargers have anybody that can legitimately stop him, bring it on. But the guy is just an animal. Again, I think he'll probably have a good connection coming out with Derek Carr, and I like the Raiders here.
All right. Well, us three have the Raiders. Mike has the Chargers, so perhaps he picks up a win there, or perhaps we knock him down a game. Green Bay at Minnesota Vikings. Green Bay without Devontae Adams, but Aaron Rodgers is back, and I got faith Green Bay is going to be able to take down Minnesota. I don't know if Minnesota is going to be much better than a mediocre team. They'll probably be one of those teams that are in the playoff mix for a bit, but then kind of fall out of the race and end up going about 8-9 during the season. So I'll go Green Bay here. Mike also has Green Bay. Jared, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Green Bay, but I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota keeps this close. Again, we've talked about Justin Jefferson as being, again, emerging as one of the best receivers in the league. I just think ultimately the Packers, again, find a way to get it done in the end. Obviously, Aaron Jones in the backfield, vastly underrated. I think the Packers get this done, but I don't think it's going to be easy or, a blowout by any means.
All right, Andy.
I'm going with Green Bay here, but the Packers have struggled in Minnesota. It's a tough place to play. It's week 1. The Vikings can score points here, but as what Vikings team are you going to get? You just never really know. You know what you're going to get out of Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, even though Devontae Adams is gone. I still think they have enough offense to win, but I think this might be a close game. I'm taking the Packers though.
The Vikings had some brutal losses last year, found
They
some
did.
really bad ways to lose football games, were super inconsistent.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, you didn't know which Vikings team you're going to get. And yeah.
Yeah, that is true. They were certainly a bit of a bipolar team last year. They've been kind of like that the last few years. They're hoping to take a step up, but I don't know if they will. They've just been kind of trending downward. Last year, they had some glimpses of hope, but overall, not too much. Although, yeah, I do agree. This is probably going to be a close game. All right, moving on to Sunday Night Football. Pretty good matchup. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, come on. There's no way I could take the Cowboys over Brady. It's not happening. I'm taking the Bucs. I think the Bucs are going to be they're my Super Bowl favorite because Brady's back. Mike also took the Bucs. Andy, who you taking?
Tampa. But Dallas, I think, might keep this close. Remember, they kept it close last year. They probably should have beaten Tampa that week 1, but I will never take the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott to beat Tom Brady any day of the week. It's a big game for Tampa, though. I mean, you don't want to lose this game, start 0-1. That's not good, especially after everything that's kind of been going on with Tom Brady these past couple of weeks. But he'll be ready to play like he always is, and I just don't believe in Dallas, and I'm going with Tampa.
All right, Jared.
Yeah, I'm going with Tampa. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's any really logical reason to pick Dallas here. Give me Tampa, give me Tom, give me Mike Evans. Yeah, give me them all. Yep.
All right. Monday Night Football. Denver at Seattle. I think I know who we're probably all going to go with, but we'll go around the table anyway. I'm going Denver. Russell Wilson revenge tour. He gets to get some revenge on his old team in week 1 for getting rid of him and rebuilding. It'll be a sweet revenge game for Russell Wilson, I think, and I think they'll win big. I'll take Denver. Mike also takes Denver. Jared, who you taking?
Yeah, I'm taking Denver. Ride the Russell Wilson train. Go.
All right. Andy.
I'm taking Denver as well, guys. I don't think Seattle has any chance to win this game. Could get very ugly. Listen, this Denver Broncos team, and a lot of people are not talking about them, but I think they're a legit contender. They have some really good players in this team. You now have a star quarterback in Russell Wilson. I think Nathaniel Hackett's going to do a great job coaching here. This is a team to keep your eyes on. The Seahawks are completely going backwards and rebuilding. I would be stunned if this game is within 2 touchdowns.
Yep, I have to agree. And this team is loaded. They not only got Russell Wilson, they got a number of good defensive players as well. Denver definitely is a contender, but that division is just nuts. There's 4 teams in the AFC West, and I really can't count any of them out. No. I think all 4 teams in that division are contenders. You got 3 wild cards this year, right? So maybe you see, obviously you get the AFC West winner in there, but maybe the other 3 win the wild cards. Is that possible mathematically? I'm not sure. It'd probably be pretty.
Could be.
But if there's ever a division that could do it, it's this one. This AFC West, it's definitely by far the strongest division in football. And there you have it, our week 1 picks. It should be a good week. Some great games on the slate. Some very interesting storylines. It's kind of a bummer, though, how you got like Cleveland and Carolina week 1 and Denver, Seattle week 1. That could have been a storyline you could have built up on if it was in week 5 or 6.
Yep.
And Seattle, they pretty much have a bunch of new faces on their team, so they're still going to be adjusting. I don't even think they're going to be ready for this game. This is going to be a tough one for them.
No, we got Geno Smith.
How many picks do you have different from me?
Huh?
Go for it.
Jared.
Oh, how many picks do you have different from me?
I think 3.
You got a chance to get a couple of legs up here early. You got a chance to get off to a hot start.
Or I have a chance to get down early, so we'll have to see. I
You
did
need the
pick
Lions to
Detroit.
win,
I'm kind
Tom.
of scared about that.
You
Hey,
need the Lions to win.
Yes, and that's kind of a bad thing to need because it doesn't usually happen.
Oh God, yeah.
All right. Well, believe it or not, we're just about out of time. Just a few minutes left. So now it is time for final thoughts. I'm going to start first. Congratulations to Hopkinton's Josh Sokol, who made the Minnesota Vikings practice squad. He tried out for the team. He was cut, but he is heading to the practice squad. So he's officially a Minnesota Viking. Congratulations to Josh Sokol. He was a lot of fun to watch over at Hopkinton High School. Great lineman. And he put up some good numbers at Sacred Heart University in Connecticut. 6'3", 290-pound center. And I think he has a pretty bright future ahead. He could certainly end up playing for the Minnesota Vikings at some point. Certainly
He was a
big
good
enough
wrestler as well. It's good on the wrestling mat.
And how tough is it to find a good center nowadays? But congratulations to Josh Sokol as he got a contract with the Minnesota Vikings to join their practice squad. All right, Andy, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just I'd be remiss to say, the 21st anniversary of September 11th coming up on Sunday. Never forget. It's great also to see that the NFL will be playing again on September 11th. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of ceremonies that will be taking place. I'll never forget that day when the NFL returned after September 11th and seeing Joe Andruzzi carrying the flags out, his brothers being at, and that was the also the day of the Tom Brady was born here in New England. But you never can forget. It was just a horrible day, but I know the NFL will certainly do it right on Sunday.
Yeah, it was September 11th. It was an awful day, but it certainly united the country, and
sure did.
There was just a lot of patriotic pride at sporting events, especially, and it was great to see everybody in the country really just kind of come together and reminisce on for what the brutal moment it was. But certainly it was a special day when NFL came back for sure. Jared, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk some tennis here. I enjoy watching tennis, especially obviously during these big tournaments. If you guys haven't watched Nick Kyrgios play, that guy is fun to watch, man. That guy is fun to watch. His matches are always interesting. He's a great player. Obviously made the Wimbledon finals. Beat Neil Medvedev, the top seed last night. Actually Francis Tiafoe, American, just upset Nadal about an hour ago or a little bit before we started here. So it's been a lot of great tennis out there in Flushing, Queens, and just look forward to watching the rest of it. Love these kinds of tennis tournaments.
Yeah, Nadal just got upset.
By Tiafoe. Yeah, I was trying to watch that before I came on here.
Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, good tournament going on right now. But I enjoy watching tennis too. It's a fun sport. I watched Serena Williams the other night. She's retiring.
Obviously, tip of the cap to Serena.
Yep.
I was never really a massive Serena fan, so to say, but as somebody who watches and enjoys the sport, I respect the heck out of her. She's a legend and icon. I don't think there's a single soul probably not rooting for her. Obviously, it's a weird spot, obviously, to play against her and beat her. In the role of that girl Tomjanovich who beat her. But that Tomjanovich girl also should receive a lot of credit for the way she handled the situation and the way she played everything. So yeah,
Venus and
she was just idol in the sport. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Venus and Serena Williams changed women's tennis forever. They have set the bar so high. I don't think anybody will ever duplicate what they did again. They revolutionized women's tennis.
They certainly did, and Serena will certainly be missed. Tiger Woods was there taking in the action the other day.
Yep.
It was cool to see those
So
two legends
Spike
together.
Lee, so it's PK Subban, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very cool. A lot of sports legends congratulating the legendary Serena Williams as she is retiring. She'll certainly be missed and definitely entered into the tennis Hall of Fame without a doubt. I think that's pretty obvious. But we are out of time. So, guys, it's been fun as always. And we'll certainly do the NFL picks throughout the season. But for Andy Barron, Jared Keene, I'm Tom Nappy. This has been HCAM Sports Talk. We thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.
To help students get to school on time, the town is limiting downtown construction to 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. We ask elementary parents to use our school buses. They can accommodate over 2,000 students in grades K to 6 who are eligible to ride for free. These students could keep 1,000 parent-driven cars off the roads. And if a school bus is late, those students are not marked tardy. Using our buses will help mitigate traffic and get children to school on time.